Road to a Million, day 133. Today is Christmas. Well, tomorrow is Christmas Eve, so be getting back a little bit later. I did get these today, which is pretty sick. It's like this DJI headphone set type of thing. So now for when I do the podcast, because what I did today was I recorded a podcast. Typically, what I would do is I would have the other guests like hold the microphone, which it works great. It does. Like the audio quality is fantastic. The issue I seem to run into is a lot of the guests, like they'll start talking and they'll bring it down here. And as you can tell, like it gets very hard to hear myself. So that's why like having this, it's like this is just going to be strapped on. And we can just talk with our hands for free. Like we can just talk normally, which I think will be a very useful trait to have. And I think it'll be a lot more genuine of a conversation as well, too, having these on here. I'm gonna need to go grab a GoPro Media Mod so I can attach that to my GoPro. And then I also had this other idea too, where I was like, it'd be good for me to buy a second GoPro so that then like I can have like I just like the GoPro aspect, dude. It's just it makes things so much easier and like more condensed type of thing. I mean, as time goes on and as I continue to grow the podcast channel as well, then I can start to upgrade those things. For right now, I think that's probably, if not the best route for me, because then I can have like one GoPro that looks this way and then one GoPro that looks this way, and then I just have the audio connected to one of the GoPros. So I think that'd be a pretty cool idea or thing to try out. So we'll see about that. And then the other thing as well, so like the podcast that I did, I need to update Chrome. So yeah, the podcast that I did today was with a buddy that I met at the speaking event. I think it was back in day 60 or something like that. So this is just to show that like there are like when I started originally, never had the intention of like talking with the guy on a podcast or anything like that. And then he reached out to me and he's like, "Hey, are you still doing the podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am." And right now I think I'm on I think he and I just did episode 15. 16. Episode 16 already. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy, dude. Darn. That's a bummer. I had all these courses from all these other things. And it just got removed. So that's a shame. But what are you gonna do? Yeah, the podcast that we did today was quite interesting. Just chatted with the dude for about an hour or so, which was really, really useful. And then just kind of continued on with my day. Ended up having Christmas with my dad and my sisters today and my grandma, which was pretty exciting. Got some footage from that as well. And then, yeah, I'm mixing things up a little bit this time. Like I'm trying things a little bit different, and I'm starting to understand why certain people may or may not celebrate Christmas. You know? Like I get it type of thing. It's just interesting, dude. It's very, very interesting. I wanted to try something really quick. I have a feeling that it's going to be the same thing here as well, too. But, yeah, darn. Well, that's a bummer. Oh, well. It was $150 that I spent on, like, all these other courses, which I did get 2 books out of it, which was very useful. Probably could have downloaded some other things, too, but I think I got what I needed to out of that. So, yeah. Yeah, dude. I don't really have a whole lot today. I was getting a little distracted with some YouTube comments and things like that. This whole podcast thing, like I'm having other people reach out to me, which is super cool and exciting. And yeah, the whole relationship thing that I was talking about the other day is it's a matter of finding the balance between me and her. It's like clearly I still want to do all these amazing things. Like I know I do it's part of me. It's who I am. And we kind of talked about that on the podcast as well today. It's just interesting, dude. It's very, very interesting. So what we'll continue to do is just keep moving forward, just keep trying what I can try, and just keep learning as I go by. And as I do, I think things will start to just kind of fall into place as they always typically do. So it's all a learning experience. Like it's just like everything that I know right now. Like I didn't know back when I first started these. Like who would have imagined that I would have been at this place at this point in time? So that's really exciting to see, and that's why I do these videos, because it, one, just gives me a way to provide some clarity for myself, and two, maybe it's valuable to other people online. That's why I make them public compared to just keeping them for myself. So we'll see what happens, and yeah, like just keep trying, keep chugging along, keep doing what you feel is best, and things will just work out at the end of the day. So, make sure you communicate. Communication's key, and communicate with the people that you want to communicate with, and not with other people that aren't going to have your best interest at heart. Because there's been a thing about oversharing, which I've done in the past, and something that I'm becoming a lot more aware of as of late. So we'll see how that whole thing goes. Yeah, it's interesting, dude. It's very, very interesting to see how things are going. But yeah, just communicate with people who you want to communicate with, and things will just magically find a way for them to work out. So I'm not worried. I'm going to keep grinding, keep working, keep studying, keep becoming just a little bit better every single day. Yeah, cool. I'll see you guys tomorrow.